Good morning. Today, the topic what we are going to see is consumer responsibilities. A consumer should keep in mind the following responsibilities while purchasing, using, and consuming goods and services. Be aware about various goods and services available in the market so that an intelligent and wise choice can be made. Buy only standardized goods as they provide quality assurance. Learn about the risks associated with products and services. Follow manufacturer's instructions and use the products safely. Read labels carefully so as to have information about prices, net weight, manufacturing, and expiry dates. Assert yourself to ensure that you get a fair deal. Be honest in your dealings, choose only from legal goods and services, and discourage unscrupulous practices like black marketing, hoarding, etc. Form consumer societies which would play an active part in educating consumers and safeguarding their interest. Consumers' awareness about his rights and responsibilities is just one of the ways in which objectives of consumer protection can be achieved. So, these are the consumer responsibilities. Ways and means of consumer protection. There are various ways in which the objective of consumer protection can be achieved. Self regulation by business. Enlightened business firms realize that it is in their long term interest to serve their customers well. Socially responsible firms follow ethical standards and practices in dealing with their customers. Many firms have set up their customer services and grievance cell to redress the problems and grievances of the consumers. And the next one is business associations. The associations of trade, commerce, and business, like Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce of India, that is FICCI, and Confederation of Indian Industries, that is CII, have laid down their code of conduct, which may lay down for their members the guidelines in their dealings with the consumers. And the next one is consumer awareness. A consumer who is well informed about his rights and the reliefs available to him would be in a position to raise his voice against any unfair trade practices or unscrupulous exploitation. In addition to this, an understanding of these responsibilities would also enable a consumer to safeguard his interest. In this regard, the Department of Consumer Affairs GOI has been undertaking the campaign So Much of Multimedia Awareness. And the next one is consumer organizations. Consumer organizations play an important role in educating consumers about their rights and providing protection to them. These organizations can force business firms to avoid malpractices and exploitation of consumers. And the next one is government. The government can protect the interests of the consumers by enacting various measures. For example, the GOI has set up a toll free national consumer helpline number. That is, you all might be knowing 18800114000 from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. for this purpose. The legal framework in India encompasses various legislations which provide protection to consumers. The most important of these regulations is the Consumer Protection Act 1986. The Act provides for the three-tier machinery at the district, state, and national levels for the redressal consumer grievances. The redressal mechanism under this three-tier machinery has been explained. Who can file a complaint? A consumer or any registered consumer association or the central government or any state government or one or more consumers where there are numerous consumers having the same interest or in any case of death of a consumer, his legal, higher or representative. A complaint should contain the in following information, that is, the name, description, and address of the complaint, the name, description, and address of the opposite party, the facts relating to complaint, and when and where it arises, documents, if any, in support of the allegations contained in the complaint, the relief which the complaint is seeking. Consumer Redressal Agencies under CPA 1986. So here the three-tier system of Consumer Redressal Forum, District, State, and National Commission. So under the district, state, as well as the nation, we have the jurisdiction of consumer forums in India. Let us see the jurisdiction of consumer forums in India. So when we see the jurisdiction under the different sections, so let us see the district wise first. Under the district wise, the district redressal agency is empowered to receive such complaints where the value of goods or services and the compensation claimed is not exceeding rupees 20 lakhs. Now, when you see the state commission, that is State Consumer Grievances Redressal Agency or State Commission, the jurisdiction is empowered to receive such complaints where the value of goods or services and the compensation claimed is exceeding rupees 20 lakhs but less than 1 crore, and the appeals against the orders of any district redressal agencies. When we see the National Consumer Grievances Redressal Agency or National Commission, the jurisdiction is empowered to receive such complaints where the value of goods or services and the compensation claimed is exceeding rupees 1 crore and that appeals against the orders of any state commission. The Consumer Protection Act 1986 provides for the establishment of the three-tier quasi-judicial body called Consumer Grievances Redressal Agencies or machinery. Accordingly, the Consumer Grievances Redressal Agencies are established at the district, state, and national level to receive complaints from consumers and to speed up the settlements of consumer disputes. Let us see the district forum. There are 644 district commissions in India. The district forum consists of a president and two other members, one of whom should be a woman. They all are appointed by the state government concerned. A complaint can be made to the appropriate district forum when the value of the goods or services in question along with the compensation claimed, which does not exceed rupees 20 lakhs. On receiving the complaint, the district forum shall refer the complaint to the party against whom the complaint is filed. If required, the goods or a sample thereof shall be sent for testing in a laboratory. The district forum shall pass an order after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed. In case the aggrieved party is not satisfied with the order of the district forum, he can appeal before the state commission within 30 days by passing the order. The qualification for the district forum is the president should have the qualification to be a district judge, and out of the two members, one should be an eminent person from the field of education, trade, or commerce with a bachelor degree. Let us see the state commission. There are 365 state commissions of India. Each state commission consists of a president and not less than two other members, one of whom should be a woman. They are appointed by the state government concerned. A complaint can be made to the appropriate state commission when the value of goods or services in question, along with the compensation claimed, exceeding rupees 20 lakhs, but not exceeding rupees 1 crore. The appeals against the order of a district forum can also be filed before the state commission. On receiving the complaint, the state commission can also refer the complaint to the party against whom the complaint is filed. If required, the goods or a sample thereof shall be sent for testing in a laboratory. The state commission shall pass an order after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed. In case the aggrieved party is not satisfied with the order of the state commission, He can apply as well as they appeal before the National Commission within 30 days of the passing the order. And the next one is National Commission. The Act provides for the establishment of National Commission at a national level to be situated in the capital of the country. The National Commission has a territorial jurisdiction over the whole country. Under this, the composition, a National Commission should consist of a committee of 5 persons, a president, and 4 members, including one woman member, who are being nominated by the central government for a term of 5 years. The president should have the qualification to be a Supreme Court judge, and members should possess bachelor degree and should have adequate knowledge and good experience in dealing with problems relating in economics, commerce, law, accountancy, public affairs, administration, etc. The National Commission shall pass an order after considering the test reports from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is to be filed. An order passed by the National Commission in a matter of its original jurisdiction is appealable before the Supreme Court. This means that only those appeals where the values of goods and services in question, along with the compensation claim exceeding rupees 1 crore, and where the aggrieved party was not satisfied with the order of the National Commission, can be taken to the Supreme Court of India. Moreover, in a case decided by the District Forum, the appeal can be filed before the State Commission, and thereafter the order of the State Commission can be challenged before the National Commission. Let us see the relief available through redressal agencies. The removal of defects, that is, to remove the defect in goods or deficiency in service. Replacement of goods or services, that is, to replace a defective product with a new one free from any defect. Return of price by seller, to refund the price paid by the product or the charges paid by the service. Payment of compensation by seller, to pay the reasonable amount of compensation for any loss or injury suffered by the consumer due to his negligence of the opposite party. To pay punitive damages in appropriate circumstances, to discontinue the unfair restrictive trade practices and not to repeat it in the future. To issue the corrective advertisement, withdrawal of hazardous goods, not to offer hazardous goods for sale, to cease manufacture of hazardous goods and not to desist from offering the hazardous services, to pay adequate cost to the appropriate party, to issue corrective advertisement to neutralize the effect of misleading advertisement. Role or functions of consumer associations. In India, several consumer organizations and non-governmental organizations have been set up for the protection and promotion of consumers' interest. Non-governmental organizations are non-profit organizations which aim at promoting the welfare of people. They have a constitution of their own and are free from government interference. Consumer organizations perform several functions for the protection and promotion of interest. That is, educating the general public about consumer rights by organizing training programs, seminars, and workshops, publishing periodicals and other publications to impart knowledge about consumer problems, legal reporting, reliefs available, and other matters of interest, carrying out comparative testing of consumer products, which is accredited laboratories to test relative qualities of competing brands, and publishing the test results for the benefit of consumers. Encouraging consumers to strongly protest and take an action against unscrupulous, exploitative, and unfair trade practices. Providing legal assistance to consumers by way of providing legal advice, etc., in seeking legal remedy. Filing complaints in appropriate consumer courts on behalf of the consumers. Taking an initiative in filing cases in consumer courts in the interest of the general public, not for any individual. So these are the functions of consumer association. Consumer organizations in India. Let us see some of the important consumer organizations engaged in protecting and promoting consumers' interest. Consumer Coordination Council Delhi, Consumer Guidance Society of India in Mumbai, Citizen Action Group Mumbai, Consumer Education and Research Center Ahmedabad, Consumer Cause Need Delhi, Consumer Unity and Trust Society Jaipur, Voluntary Organization in Interest of Consumer Education, Consumer Action Forum Calcutta, Delhi and Chennai, Consumer Protection Council Ahmedabad. Consumer organizations in Kerala. Consumer Guidance Center Cochin, Kerala State Consumer Guidance Society Cochin, Kerala Consumer Welfare Association Cochin, Kerala State Consumer Council Kannur, Consumer Guidance Society of India Tiruchur, Association for Protection of Consumers Trivandrum. Home assignment. Explain consumer responsibilities. So here you have to explain the consumer responsibilities, that is awareness of rights. Consumer should be quality conscious. He has to ready to complaint. He should not mislead by false advertisement. He should demand for cash memo. Cautious consumer. He has to select the proper goods. Consumer must form their own organization to educate and protect their interest against malpractices of the manufacturers and sellers. He must also have the respect for environment and avoid wasting of resources and protect the environment. And he should not buy in a hurry. A consumer must not buy in a hurry. That means he should think thoroughly before buying any product or service with regards to quality, quantity, price, time of purchase, etc. And the next question is explain the redressal mechanism available to consumers under the Consumer Protection Act 1986. This is the end of this chapter.